Hi guys, so this is gonna be the last episode. It's gonna be a little bit long, but honey, I decided to put everything together. So hope that you appreciate the videos, and shout out to each and every person that is liking the videos. I don't take you all for granted. Thank you so much. You all know that we've been covering PRISCILLA's interview that she did, and she talked about a lot of things. The interview, again, I repeat, it's probably my top one. I still haven't found an interview that I can compare with that one, of where PRISCILLA was just herself. Yeah, the conversation was deep, but you can also tell that the interviewee was very mature and understanding, and he had empathy, and he knew when to back off and not to press in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, what am I going to say? Let me play a little bit of these clips as we're moving on, because if I did not do this video, I don't know if I'll have sleep, because honey, this one was good. Okay?
So we're very understanding of each other, and marriage is more like we're best friends. Yeah, it's not like I don't think I'll ever get married, because and that was like the mindset.
African marriages.
Yes.
Let's talk about that part. So Prissy was talking about the way her marriage is with Juma Jukes. She said they have a good understanding of where, when Jukes want to travel to South Africa, you know, wherever she want to travel back to Nigeria for work purposes, Jukes don't make it hard for her. She also said, unlike, some, husbands who would not allow their wives to work, live alone work, go to another country to be there for a month, just working. Prissy also said that the type of marriage that they have is something so beautiful. And before she got married, when she was single, the marriages that she was seeing probably around her, the typical African type of marriage, it wasn't something that she wanted. And at some point, she thought that she did not want marriage at all.
You do your thing. Me too. Oh, baby, I have to go to the studio. I have to work. Okay, do your thing. So it's like we're like a team, and we're very, very like peaceful. Like we're the same person. Yeah, because even in Tanzania, like his friends, Juma, you don't go out. You don't go anywhere. And now, me too. I don't go out. So it's like.
And of course, about that. She's saying that if they don't have anything to do, they just love to spend time with each other. And of course, she also said that sometimes Juma's friends will call him like, yo, bro, you don't go out nowadays, you know what I'm saying? And it seems like they're basically just enjoying each other's self, because also her, she says she's not really an outgoing person. If you check, whenever Jukes and Prissy are in TZ, I haven't really seen them going to the club like that. Like, I haven't seen them going to the club since Rakim was born. But wherever they go to Kenya or wherever they're in Nigeria, you'll see them hanging out and doing this. And yeah, it's called growth. But I love the way they are as a couple, y'all.
She doesn't mind being the second wife. But your father was not having a first and
No, that. 1 plus 1.
It's 1 forever.
Of course, they also touched on the second wife comment that Prissy reposted on her Snapchat. And of course, Prissy doubled down on that, and they also talked a little bit about how Prissy's brother also rebuked that bad spirit. Of course, Prissy doesn't believe in that, and I think, yes, they definitely had a civil wedding. And I would think, I don't know if it's on all the countries, probably in Africa, but in my country, once you married your wife's civil wedding, you can't marry another wife, okay? The only time if you want to add another wife is you divorce your wife civilly, and then you get married probably traditionally or religiously. For example, in Islam, you can marry multiples. In Christianity, I think it's also one wife. So, yeah, I don't think Jukes is up to marrying another woman, because it was civil, yeah, and traditionally and spiritually. And
you're a human being.
Yeah.
He's an artist.
Yeah.
An artist, people run mad for them, because that stage energy.
Yeah.
You say like 1% worry that this young women.
I mean, it's left to him. It's
I like it.
Yeah.
It's not about them, it's about
It's
him.
not about them, it's about
thank you. And here has always been my problem with them ring beggars gang, okay? So if a woman is throwing themselves at your husband. Okay, I understand, because he's a good-looking man, and some women want to do it for clout, or some women just home wreckers, right? It's upon your husband to tell them, yo, back off, or you go receive them hands. Trust me, like, back off. You know what I'm saying? And Prissy was being asked, how do you feel that your husband is in this music industry where there's so many women who are throwing themselves at men? And, sometimes men have it hard to have self-control. And Prissy is like, bro, yeah, women will always do the most. But what is your husband or your man doing out there to contend the situation? You know what I'm saying? And here has always been my problem. Like, we're always in a hurry to attack the other woman. But what about your partner?
And it's about him. It's the man. That's why they say the man of the house is the one that would decide. Is the one. So if he decides to go that route, it's his decision to make. Do you understand? But I feel like, of course, it's not easy. It's not easy for women to throw themselves at you, but it's also your discipline and your decision to make. And I think he's a very disciplined person. He is.
So you trust him?
Of course.
He's accountable for what he chooses to do.
100%.
Hallelujah, amen. Y'all heard what little girl, like, bro, I can't believe Priscilla is just 25 years old and she's thinking like this. Women are always out there doing the most. But what is your husband doing to contain? Because the industry already, if you are a male, like almost 70% or 80% of your audience are women. And most of them are having fantasies and God knows what with you in their head. And there are bold ones who will also try to have those fantasies in reality. So what are you doing to back them off? Because these women can only do that much when you allow them to. When they touch your lap and you smile, they will touch the ding-dong.
Actually, it's not even a joke. They would snap, like they would go at any length. Do you understand? But at the end of the day, I feel like if you both are very prayerful, if your man is very disciplined and he knows what he wants, I feel he would be in charge.
Oh yeah, definitely. Did you hear that? At the end of the day, the only person that you're supposed to have that energy for is your man, not the woman. I understand a woman can be a little bit disrespectful, especially some when they see you there with your man, they want to try you. There, I'll handle the situation, don't worry. Okay? But when I'm not there, just make sure that you represent me well out there. Because it depends with how you handle that situation that will depend with how people will look at me. When you are out there behaving anyhow with Lucy, Irene, and Neka, you know what I'm saying? They will look at me like, I'm just another chick. But when they see you're telling Neka, back off, they will respect me more. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's continue.
You see, there's a sense in which, I think that's why most people love your story.
Yeah.
There's a sense in which there's a lot of grace upon your life.
Yeah.
So you have to think about it. Like,
Yes.
you are the child of a celebrity, your career goes.
So let's talk about that part, y'all. And he also posted this on his YouTube for people who want to watch the entire video. He's already started posting them publicly when he said that you're a graceful child and it seemed like everything is just happening to you, you know what I'm saying? And you're attracting favor, you're attracting good aura, you know what I'm saying? And just like I said on my previous video, I think all that goodness that already started with Prissy in Nigeria probably are what transferred to Juma Jukes, in my opinion. If you remember my video yesterday, I told you that sis was coming, and thank God, like, Jukes was at the right time and at the right place, and that's why he decided to receive on some of that blessings. Okay?
Your mother said in a matter of months,
Yeah.
they will be coming back.
That was when I realized that the wedding was really big. Because the love and the hatred was almost clashing.
Of course, they went ahead and talked about the letter that Iyabo was sent, the threatening letter of where some people, the people who wrote the letter said that they'll be back after 1 month. They tried to burn the house. It was too much. You all remember when PC came out and talked about it. And they were basically just asking Prissy, like, how did you feel about it? How did you find about it? And Prissy said that she found out about it when things were already happening because they tried to hide hid it from her, and it really hurt her because she loved to defend her family, and she wanted to be there for her mother especially. So she really did not feel good, and she also noticed that the more the love was coming, the more her brand was going big with the wedding, and the more the hate was also growing big. The hate and the love was almost at the same level.
That was after the wedding.
Right.
Like, I wasn't even thinking of it, to be honest. Like, during, like, when we got married, I wasn't thinking about, I'm about to break through. No. To me, I'm like, wow, okay, launched more collections, I'm getting orders.
Of course, they asked Prissy about, that her brand was growing even bigger, like when she saw during the wedding how much big she was becoming and how much she was trending. Like, did she think about business immediately, how big she can expand her brand? And Prissy said, not really, not at the time. It was after the wedding, because at the time she was just enjoying every minute as it was coming. But then later on is when she was like, hold on a minute, something is definitely cooking. And that's how she decided, you know what, I can do my pop-ups, I can expand my business, and that is how it came to be.
Came from that wedding.
Yeah.
We now have an in-law from Tanzania called Fina.
Right?
Came from that wedding.
Yes.
They will now have the Return of Arinzo,
Yeah.
that is a multi-country movie from that wedding.
And we had a flight in Tanzania
That has now moved from Nigeria to Tanzania because of that wedding. What have you called?
Let's talk about that, guys. So the guy went ahead and told Prissy, your wedding, these are some of the things that your wedding brought, because I feel like the dude did not mention everything that came with Priscilla's wedding, right? So he started off talking about the hype man, the guy who was hyping earbuds during dancing, and he also talked about, Oversabi auntie slang. He also talked about Fina and Annie came through during the wedding. He also talked about the movie, The Return of Arinzo. They also talked about the hairline, honey. And later on, Prissy also talked about how Tanzanian government admitted that during the wedding is when the tourists went up. Like, the tourism went up during Priscilla, after Priscilla and Juma Jux's wedding. So it was, affecting things in a good way. Like, the effects were so good that everything that was happening because of their wedding was just resulting to something so amazingly and so good. And also, hold on, let me play you that part.
Flights between Lagos and Tanzania.
Direct flights.
When Tanzania is like
Dar es Salaam.
But underneath that, I see people say that there was an influx of visitors to Tanzania because of this wedding.
Zanzibar.
Some things like the government of Tanzania, I don't know how that true, but considering easing the visa restriction because many Nigerians want to go there.
Of course.
I'm not just Nigerians in Nigeria. Nigerians from...
Okay, guys, so they went ahead and talked about how the wedding resulted to the tourism going up, people visiting Tanzania, the number going up. They also talked about the flight, having direct flight from Nigeria to Tanzania. And also the government easing up some restriction. You know that the countries are going so heavy on putting more restrictions in their country to block other nationality from coming in. But Tanzania eased things up for Nigerians, courtesy of the way Juma Jux and Priscilla's marriage was doing some impacts when it comes to their tourism. And then you are sitting there telling me not to talk about these people, not to rub into that blessing. Is you crazy? Huh? Let me get my drink. Is you crazy? People are out here receiving blessing left, right, and center, and you're telling me to move away from blessing. Are you crazy? I beg. Make her go sit down. You go sit down, not me. Okay? I like that, yo. I like all these things that have happened and the fact that people still continue to undermine Juma Jux, because people are forgetting, courtesy of this wedding, we are having Tanzanian the first person to perform in Nigeria on Dirty December to headline a show. You know what I'm saying? So a lot has come with this wedding.
With myself, I tried not to be too excited because I always want to maintain that part of humility in me, and I'm like, I'm very thankful. You know, even the smallest.
And of course, you all heard Prissy. She's saying that she still stay her humility. She still stay humble. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't want to be too excited. But, you know, that is what real influencers do. They influence people into doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something between me and you. Prissy came to tease you just the other day, but what she did when it comes to her pop-up in Nairobi, I can assure you that even our very own would not do what she did. And that got to show you the type of grace that Miss Mamas walk with. Exactly.
But I've seen stories, heard stories of the wedding opened him up to a global audience. I mean, you're talking about sending out a pop-up in Canada.
Yeah.
But I've also heard that, like, people, you're going to Asia. I think you're talking about JP2065.
Of course, when he went to China, normally because he has like a brand, African Boy brand, he sells t-shirt.
Exactly. And now that got to show you why Ekoji's song was trending all over, because there are JP all over. They are all over the place, honey, and they love and they support. You know what I'm saying? And it's different demographic age-wise. And they don't only run their mouth, honey, because they can run their mouth if need to. They are also supporting with their hard-earned money. You know, it goes from, you know, lower class to upper class. It goes to, you know, very educated. It goes to the richest. It goes to just round off. You know what I'm saying?
This comes because somebody just saw you and fell in love with you.
Yes, we fell in love with each other.
I love it.
This life that worked around us
changed. I get the photographers, the makeup artists,
everybody. Till today, Glam Bamway, she gives me free makeup. So I say, take, because I work at, take your makeup. You don't pay me.
And of course, Prissy also noted how her wedding impacted not only, like, every single person. Of course, they talked about the photographers whom their pages grew, they found clientele. The makeup artist, there's a makeup artist who, you know, started bragging after doing a makeup for a guest. It was just a blessing, blessing you guys. And that is what we've seen so far. You know what I'm saying?
Communication.
Right.
Yes. I feel like maybe there was a lack of communication.
Good communication between both parents.
Yes, especially from my dad at that point, and which
telling Chioma that if he's going to date her, he's going to marry her.
Exactly.
Your mom didn't even know that.
Oh my God, my head is blowing up off of this content. Like, I wanted to be done with it once and for all. But anyway, so Priscilla go ahead and talked about things that she felt like kind of contributed to the marriage between her father and her mother not working was communication, because she noticed that, especially when it comes to his dad, he did not know how to communicate good with the mom, and also say that it's good to just express your feelings. You know, if you feel like your husband did not compliment you in the morning, instead of keeping it in and being mad at him, just tell him that you did not do this. You know what I'm saying? And also on that part of where they were talking about when Iyabo finally agreed that Jukes can date Prissy, the interviewer is saying that, you know, Chioma said that if Jukes is going to date Prissy, he must marry her. And remember, you know, Iyabo had said in the past that she wanted Prissy to get married by 25, and yeah, it happened. Anyway, tell me how you feel about it down in the comment section. Yeah, I know the video is so long. I wanted to put it like this so that we can finish with this chapter, not unless there is a really trendy topic about this interview, then we will be able to talk about it. But I haven't seen anything, or rather any topic that I haven't talked about when it comes to this interview. It was such an amazing interview. If you haven't watched, kindly consider watching, or you can wait the day he will probably put it public, because if you go on his page, he's already started putting some parts on public. I think because he noticed that a lot of blogs, especially on Twitter and on Instagram, were reposting it. That's why he decided to do that. Anyway, tell me how you feel about it down in the comment section. If you watch the video till here, comment 1. just let me know. Just comment one. I just want to know that you reached here because it was so long. But I trust you guys. So thank you so much. And of course, don't forget to like the video. It's very, very important that you like the video. And yeah, see you in my next one. Ciao.